Hey everybody, Jayborino here, welcome back, playing some more StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is Rak'Shir, the second mission on Slain.
The darkness within calls for the blood of Malash. Now is the hour of my ascendance. Let Rak'Shir commence!
I like how he has High Lord contested. Okay, achievements for this map: support Alarak with 25 units or more at the same time. That'll be no problem, especially by the end of the map. And then destroy 3 Tal'darim Nexuses, which essentially amounts to full clearing the map. So, for units this time, we know that Alarak essentially misled us to the purpose of last mission, so we're going to give him Sentinels so that we're not throwing Zealot and Centurion lives on the front lines. Also going to go ahead and try out Adepts. They're good at repelling the early attacks with Zealots. They do more damage against light units and are actually cheaper than Stalkers and Dragoons, which is quite nice. Okay, and then everywhere that it's available, we're going to go ahead and allow the Tal'darim variants to support Alarak, which are the Bloodhunters, Havocs, Vanguards, Destroyers. We haven't tried out the Havocs, Vanguards, or Destroyers, so now is the time. I don't plan on building any Starfighters. And then for our Sonic Warriors, we're going to use Dark Archons so that we can take control of as many units as possible. There are a lot of Colossi, Tempests, and Carriers on this map, so we're going to be taking a bunch of those. In the Solar Core, I'm going to stick with Chrono Surge just so we can get our expansion saturated faster, as well as get upgrades out. Solar Lance always, just because if you can afford it, it's so much better than the other two options. I would love to use Warp Harmonization so that we could get Destroyers and Vanguards to the front lines faster, though because we're also doing the Dark Archon build, we need so much gas, so I want to get the head start on gas, so we're going to stick with Orbital Assimilator. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove some auxiliary power to use Shield Overcharge. The whole idea on this map is we need to split our forces. We need to leave half with Alarak and then half to go clear the map. So Shield Overcharge allows a smaller group of units to make more progress into heavily defended areas. With that, let's get started. The Mastery Achievement is to not let Alarak get pushed back at all, which is challenging for a number of reasons we can talk about as we get into the mission, but you always need to leave units near Alarak throughout the course of this map. I'm not going to be worrying too much about getting the Mastery. If I miss it by a little bit, that's okay, but I will do my best to get it. It's a little tricky, only because the pre-placed units can inadvertently push him back when you're not paying attention. You just always have to be on the lookout for where he is, and if there are enemy units coming to him, and also if you have units sitting there supporting him and enemy units pre-placed supporting him, if you move at all, then he'll get pushed back. And we came to Slain first. There's just a number of factors here.
The rite of Rak'Shir has begun. From this moment, only Alarak and Malash are allowed to engage each other in combat directly. One must overpower the other and reach the pit of sacrifice. There, the victor will stand as the new leader of the Tal'darim, and the loser's life will be forfeit.
They appear quite evenly matched.
This is true. However, from what I have learned, Rak'Shir allows the champion's supplicants to support them psionically. Our warriors will be able to aid Alarak, but likewise, the Tal'darim can assist Malash.
I will ready our forces. Malash will fight ruthlessly to hold on to his power. We must be prepared to do the same.
I did handicap myself with my unit choices to get the achievements, but we'll do our best to get the Mastery. It's kind of a pain.
The Tal'darim will send warriors to aid Malash shortly. We should ensure Alarak has sufficient reinforcements.
Okay, so let's move our units down in advance and just start supporting him as soon as possible. You'll see a little red spirit link. There we go.
Malash is drawing power from the Tal'darim. Alarak will need the support of our warriors.
Yes, your psionic power courses through me. Move forward, slaves. Kill all who aid Malash.
You would do well to remember that I command these warriors, Alarak, not you.
Okay, so I'm going to get some extra Adepts. They're really good against light units, so really good against the early Zealot attacks. They do pretty good damage against everything, really. And you'll see that they're a little cheaper than Stalkers and Dragoons, as I mentioned in the intro. This is going to be Pylon Lord. You're going to set up our expansion when the time is right. and then non-stop probe building as usual to get this saturated. So the beginning of this map is going to be fairly uneventful as we're just going to sit on top of him for as long as possible. We don't want to be making progress. The whole idea is as long as we have a connection with him here, he's going to move forward unless there's a connection on the other side of him where the Tal'darim are pushing Malash back. So essentially what's happening here is we can't break this link or he'll get pushed back by the pre-placed units, and that would lose you the mastery. If that happens and I misclick, I'm not going to, beat myself up about it. But again, that's why it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to pay attention to a lot of different things, and you can very easily lose it just because of a little oopsie. But we'll keep an eye out for it. We'll do our best. And I'm pretty much just going to sit here on top of him for as long as possible without moving my army. Once we have a large enough army, we split it in half, and then we clear the map with one set, and then we stay on top of him with the other set. So that's pretty much how this is going to go. I'll grab one more gateway. Occasionally, enemy attacks will come to our main base, and I'll just solar lance those, no problem. Okay, good work, Adepts and Destroyers. I wanted to show off some of the extra Tal'darim units here, so we'll make some Havocs. Blood Hunter's actually really useful here right at the beginning, so we'll be, let's make a few of those right now. They'll help us clear out the first section, and then the Sentinels are great frontliners here, as usual. So very soon we're going to be pushing into the first enemy enemy base. These can shut down the cannons, which is excellent, especially because there's a lot of pre-placed cannons, and we have to be careful we don't accidentally go too far ahead of Malash and clear out units. You always want units pre-placed on the other side of him to ensure that you aren't pushing Alarak too far forward, because the further forward you go, the harder it is to kind of keep up with him and then do the rest of the achievements and the objectives, etc., etc.
Hierarch, I don't understand how this is possible, but my scanners are detecting high solarite concentrations in the native beasts here.
We ought to pursue them. However, I think it's best if we don't inform Alarak of this little diversion.
Understood, Hierarch.
Okay, so we're going for the first area to here to clean out. We don't want to get too far away from him, because keep in mind, if one unit isn't linked with him, he may get pushed back, and then you lose that objective. Okay, so Pylon Probe, get on over here. Set this up. Get out of here with that stupid thing. Okay.
A Tal'darim attack force is inbound on our nexus point.
Brothers, attack the firstborn directly.
Okay, and then this is where we're going to keep him sitting for like as long as possible. We'll use Solar Lance to kill this incoming attack. Keep making probes. Again, it's okay that we're going to stockpile some spear energy. Now, it's not the cannons that are keeping him where he is, it's units on the other side of him. So we have to be careful, the other side of Malash, so we have to be careful that we don't accidentally kill those units. It's actually very important. Okay, let's grab some more pylons and then more gateways. And now we're going to start getting Dark Archons. The Dark Archons don't start with a lot of energy, so it's very, very important that you get them early.
Hierarch, I am sensing hybrid. They come to aid Malash.
Amon's harbingers, join our struggle. Fight well, warriors, and you will also ascend into hybrid. Oh, you lie with such conviction. It is almost admirable.
Okay, here's our next group of enemies. We want to lure these as far over here as possible. So we want to engage these on this side of Alarak so we don't accidentally run into the cannons. Look out, Mr. Destroyer, you're expensive to replace. Blood Hunter's doing a lot of the good work here. And again, we're pretty much just going to sit here for as long as possible. The Dark Archons, we have to ensure that they get enough energy to actually be useful. And then we can use Chrono Surge to get this saturated soon as well. So that's the goal. And then we're going to get a Stargate so that we can start getting more Destroyers, because why not? And then every so often some enemy attacks will come to our base and we'll Solar Lance them. And if we miss a couple units, we'll frantically warp stuff in to stop them. Looking good. I gotta make sure I have enough supply as well as minerals to Chrono Surge this base. And then we're gonna have so many minerals. Again, we won't even know what to do with the amount of minerals that we're gonna have after that amount. The Dark Archons aren't bad as frontliners as well. Okay, we're gonna Chrono Surge now. I think maybe like 10 to 15 probes is the amount that you can realistically get out of a Chrono Surge. That seems like, yeah, 15. Let's see. Still going. Okay, cool. So we got pretty good value out of that. And now with our remaining resources, I'm going to start just getting more adepts so that we can attack air, and then just the ranged units are really useful. Do we have enough for a mind control? Yes, we do. So let's take the Colossus and then run the Colossus away. Do not lure stuff to us. You can see the Blood Hunters are really useful because what they just did there is they stop the cannons from being able to see them, and then it doesn't, you know, extra units aren't accidentally drawn on top of him. Okay, there's still one unit back there. We have to be very careful that we don't accidentally draw that on top of us. Get some more probes up front, and now I'm going to start grabbing some destroyers. Never mind. We need pylons. Let's grab a forge as well, and we're getting attacked. So we will Solar Lance. There we go. Easy peasy. I'm going to start getting some other upgrades. We want to make sure we keep this connection. That link is still going. And I'm going to get more Blood Hunters to start clearing other areas of the map while we leave the rest of our units to just sit on top of Malash and Alarak. Yeah, sure, I'll take some Archons. Thanks.
I sense more hybrid approaching. Be ready.
Okay, so we've just picked up some Immortals, and we just picked up some Archons, which are perfect against holding out against these hybrid. Again, we want to stay as far back as possible. And we need a lot of Adepts to kill the optional objectives. Not a lot, but, you know, a reasonable amount. I might actually end up Chrono Surging out more Destroyers, and then we also want to make sure we get some Vanguards as well, because they're extremely strong. Cool. Now, again, we have to be very careful we don't accidentally draw more units into this location. Okay, I'm just going to sit here. I think this is fine. We're waiting for gas. As I had said, I knew from the beginning gas would be the biggest issue. We're going to get Sentinels, more pylons. If anything, Sentinels are going to be the thing that are going to accidentally run in and lure out the remaining unit here that's keeping him where he is right now. Again, we want to keep him here as long as possible. Melee units, non-air units really are detrimental to that. Okay, I'm going to take this group of units and move up towards the first optional objective. I'm going to get more Adepts to sit here.
Glory to the Daemon.
That group should be just fine. Okay, air units here. I think a carrier is coming. We can make sure we mind control that if possible. Yep, there it is. Over here, please. Oh, that's an Archon, not a Dark Archon. But yeah, please come over here. There we go. Take him. Now we have a carrier. How nice. More destroyers, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that Robo Bay facility, whatever it's called. Never mind, I can't afford it. So you all head on out. Really need gas. Okay, you can auto-attack through the optional objectives. It's not a problem.
Warriors, the Tal'darim are moving against us from the upper pathway. Prepare our defenses.
Tal'darim, slaughter the firstborn, and your ascension will be assured.
Well done, warriors. The first beast has been slain.
Okay, now it's time to get some of those Havocs out. Thanks for the Void Rays. Appreciate it. And again, I'm just doing as much unit stealing as possible. I got some Havocs out now, so I got a little bit of everything to help us. So this is Group 1, and this is Group 2. Help us out here and kill these air units. I was warned that this was about to happen, and I did nothing. So we just need, like, one Solar Lance here and here. There we go, and then we need some Adepts to kill this thing.
Higher, a hybrid dominator has appeared. It is on its way to Malash.
Okay, taking that Tempest would have been nice as well. Okay, and then let's chrono our upgrades. How we doing here? Again, still keeping an eye out that we don't accidentally draw in the additional units. Yep, there it's happening. So it was about time that this would happen. Really nothing here that I'm interested in taking. Meanwhile, we're going to get this bonus objective slowly. Eventually, the Adepts will do it. But we're in great shape, and I am going to go ahead and start getting more destroyers. More gas is expected, and we're almost maxed out. So we had a really, really strong start here. Please come and kill this. Now, once again, we're going to sit here and do virtually nothing. We're going to lure these units to us as far back as possible. Tempest, please. Let's see if we can keep this alive. Probably not. All the way back. Okay, take and take and take. And take the heavy-hitting stuff. And that's pretty much all the pre-placed units that were here. So now we're kind of stuck on a roll here. I'm going to start getting some Vanguards. The Vanguards are extremely strong, so you don't need too many of them. One day I'll kill this thing. Let's get some more Adepts to go and do it. Okay, you can finish that up, buddy. And I'm just going to grab some cannons up here to help us because these occasional attacks are irritating.
Glorious combat is upon us.
Okay, we have a large enough attack force here. Again, maybe our Adepts will finally kill this. One day they'll get it. Again, we don't need that many units to go out and do this. I just have these Blood Hunters here to get these units out of stasis as they get put into stasis. Good work, and then we're going to split our units to go and destroy their two main enemy bases. And as we kill those, that'll get us our next achievement.
Locking on to the beast's coordinates. Warping it aboard.
Okay, so you all sit here, and then we're going to take a small group here. Not a huge group, but, you know, some. Okay, we're going to send them up here. And then Pylon Lord, come give us another Pylon, and then we're just going to make Sentinels.
A hybrid behemoth. Be wary, Artanis.
Okay, let's keep an eye out to, again, make sure that we don't accidentally get drawn in to this pre-placed stuff. And then we've got a nice solid force here that is going to just push down into this base. So I'm going to shield overcharge. There's not much I'm interested in taking here. We could take some of the Void Rays. How is this looking? It's pretty good. The Tempests are irritating, and if we steal them, we may accidentally lure more units into us, so we gotta be careful. All right, back up. We have more than enough stuff up here. Let's take the carrier. And really trying to utilize all these different units that I haven't been able to use before. Back up, back up. Yeah, see, and then they turn around. That's good. That's exactly what we want. You know what? Just die.
Our confrontation draws to a close, Malash. Soon everyone will know the depth of your treachery.
Okay, let's go link up again. Then we're going to go up north. Back up. I guess I'll start taking this stuff. We got to push him forward a little bit more. There's really no option. We've already got a lot of stuff here. I'll get some more Blood Hunters, maybe some Havocs next. Okay, now I'm going to just clump up on him. Wait for till I see the next... Yep, there we go, the little link. And then we're going to take half of this group, as I've been doing. We're going to hotkey it, and we're going to send them up to the next optional objective, which is going to send them through an enemy base, I think. Sort of waiting for an opportunity to Solar Lance. Okay, let's just go over and get the optional first. I see this group of stuff. I knew there were Tempests, which is why I'm going to Solar Lance the Tempests, and then my cannons can kill the Scouts. There we go, and then onto this base. Could wait for shield overcharge. Not super necessary.
Now I have all of them. My preliminary scans indicate that the Solarite deposits are a byproduct of the beast's unusual digestive system.
Are you saying that they're... Wait. Never mind. I do not wish to know.
Hey, may need some more anti-air up here. I can also steal stuff. Okay, Pylon Lord, move on up. Some more Adepts. I don't mind if the Sentinels run in and die. Again, we're not really connected to... There we go. I was gonna say, we gotta make sure that we stay connected to him constantly. stealing units. This is good. Okay.
Hierarch, hybrid with great power are on their way to Malash.
We have done it. Now we can F2 to the end. I'm going to, steal the Tempests, steal what we can. I'm going to shield overcharge, and we have to kill this Nexus down here. I don't think he's been pushed back at all. I don't know. I don't think so, though.
Master has already won, Alarak. You will lead our people to their doom. You are right about one thing, Malash. I will lead them.
Okay, and that'll do it. We nearly full cleared the map, except one depowered cannon there. We got all the Nexi. I don't think he got pushed back at all.
Tal'darim, by the right of Rak'Shir, I am your High Lord. Listen and obey. Malash promised you lies. There is no ascension. The Tal'darim will never be uplifted and become hybrid. Amon betrayed us, and for this, he must die.
Excellent. 3 Nexi destroyed, Nexuses, Nexi. I think I've heard it both ways in the games. And then we definitely supported him with over 25 units because we were supply capped there at the end. We definitely got the bonus objectives. There's nothing here that says that he didn't get pushed back. He may have, and I didn't notice it on the minimap, but I'm pretty sure I was close. And again, I did handicap myself with the units that I had, and we came to Slain first. So you can see how this mastery is definitely doable with the strategy I used if you try some more efficient unit compositions. But we were able to use a lot of those Tal'darim units that we never tried, and we utilized mind control a lot. So I'm glad I was able to showcase all of those. The Havocs you may not have seen, but they were really, really helpful in the sense that they provide the units around them that extra range bonus, which is huge on a map like this where you need to manipulate the enemy AI into not getting killed so that the Malash Alarak confrontation stays where you want it to be. You need to really have complete control over that. And the extra range helps that a lot so that your units don't accidentally run into others and draw them into you.
Alarak, the Tal'darim have yielded to my authority and the Death Fleet is now under my command. I will use them both to avenge Amon's betrayal.
Do your people believe in this cause, as you do?
What they believe is of little consequence. What matters is that they obey.
You choose to rule differently than I, Alarak. Despite this, we may not only end the violence between our kind, but forge a powerful alliance.
Can we now? My people are vastly different than yours, Hierarch.
We both desire vengeance, and we are both Protoss. Is that not enough?
Very well. Submit to my absolute authority, and we may indeed unite our forces.
Do not test me, Tal'darim. Amon is a mighty foe. Your people cannot hope to stand alone against him. You will side with me, and together we will send him back to the abyss.
So you do understand my culture after all. Let us say that for now, we have struck another bargain.
Hierarch, I have powered up a new ship subsystem. You can review it in the solar core now.
All right, we're going to talk to everyone here at the end of Slain. We're going to warp to a new planet, talk to everyone again. So a bunch of dialogue.
Have the Tal'darim accepted the truth of Amon's betrayal?
Some have. Others dare not question my commands.
None wish to declare Rak'Shir upon you.
Let them. No one can stand in the way of my vengeance. This grows tiring. We have done what we came to do. Set course for Ire, and let us bring this war to Amon.
Do not dare give me orders, Alarak. We will return to Ire only when I believe the time is right.
Let's hope that time comes soon.
We must stand together if we are to endure. The Protoss are one. We must stand together if we are to...
Artanis, you should know my fear of the Tal'darim is not of the now, but what becomes of them if Amon is defeated.
You fear they will never integrate with our society.
They share our blood, but they are not like us. You know in your heart that may never change.
It is true. A great battle may loom on the horizon ahead of us, but it's a risk we must take.
It is a great risk.
The dawn of a unified Protoss requires much. Like the threads of a cloth, we must come together and be stronger because of it.
To think what we become with their culture influencing us, changing us.
Yes, we will be changed. And perhaps that is what you fear more than battle. The path ahead is uncharted, Matriarch.
Amon's presence within the Kala grows stronger. He is becoming harder to resist.
You risk much for this, Rohana.
He believes all suffering, all conflict, results from the Xel'Naga's infinite cycle. That it must end.
Yes, he has made this clear.
But you see only the surface. Underneath, a silent hatred roils within him. A prideful resentment that would see all worlds burn. The hybrid are the true face of Amon. He wishes not only for the Xel'Naga's creations to be set aside, but for them to suffer.
Alright, what did we get that's new?
Alarak has brought his ascendants into our fold. They are fierce, but strong.
Alright, so we get Ascendants now. We'll look for a good opportunity to use these. I think these are particularly good against Zerg.
Vengeance for the betrayed.
With the Psionic Orb. Mind Blast good against hybrid and bigger units. Anyway, we will try these out. I wanted to wait and use these when we go to Endian because I think they're more effective there anyway. So I think we've seen everything except Corsairs. We'll try to find an opportunity to use those as well. To the Solar Core.
Can we trust Amon's former allies? The Templar and the Tal'darim have joined forces. Unbelievable. The Templar and the Tal'darim have...
Do not think what has happened here will spare Alarak from my watchful eye.
I did not expect it to.
If he dares to betray us or takes any action against you, I promise his blood will coat these corridors.
Good. That is what I am counting on.
Even these results require further testing. The Keystone is quite dangerous at this moment, Hierarch. I would keep your distance for now. The Terrazine converted from gas to energy with no loss or gain. Incredible. Even these results require...
Alright, we got a new tier of stuff. We got our 5th tier, Reconstruction Beam, Guardian Shell, Matrix Overload. Would have been really useful for these 2 Slain missions, but of course we came here first, so no dice. Those will be great on Endian. Let's head back to the bridge and warp to our new planet.
The Tal'darim and Alarak have joined our fight, but we cannot strike against Ire without an army. Phoenix and I believe that we can awaken the ancient purifiers and call upon their power. They may have been a forbidden weapon, but I have seen their potential in Phoenix and know that this time they will not fail us.
Off we go.
I have made a decision many of you will not agree with. During my time with Phoenix, I have seen that the Purifier program, under the right guidance, may be reborn.
History has shown the Purifiers cannot be controlled, Artanis.
They do not have to be. These personalities, like I, will have free will.
We do not have enough Purifier matrices to create more like Phoenix.
You cannot possibly be considering what I think you are.
The original Purifiers are housed in orbit above the forest world of Endian, sealed within their warship, Cybros. I have seen through Phoenix that these warriors may be valuable to us. Perhaps the Conclave misunderstood them, treating them as simple robots and not proud Templar. It tried to control them.
And they rebelled, attacking their creators.
Would you not rebel against a slave master?
I have heard your counsel, and I have chosen to go to Endion. We leave at once!
The Purifier's stasis grid is still intact. We'll have to destabilize it from the generator below. I'm detecting a massive Zerg infestation on the surface. They can't be Kerrigans.
Amon's brood. This will not be easy.
Okay, we got another Star Wars reference, Endion being Endor, the forest moon of Endion.
It seems I am still learning from you, Phoenix.
Why do we linger here?
We must bolster our forces.
Oh, your ship is too bright. It pains my eyes.
The past will not dictate our future.
Oh, the efficiency of the Firstborn leaves much to be desired.
Alrighty.
Our
Alrighty.
scouts are reporting the Dominion is attempting to fight back the Golden Armada. Despite their efforts, multiple systems have fallen.
Womp womp.
We received a report from one of our colony worlds. Amon's forces are destroying their neighboring planets. They barely escaped in time. If they are anything like Phoenix, the Purifiers have potential. Endion. It is hard to imagine what it must have looked like before the Zerg invaded.
What you plan to do is awaken monsters, Artemis. They slaughtered every Templar on the base of Lentinum.
They rose against their masters. Our people never treated them as Templar.
Because they are robots, created to do the bidding of the Conclave.
Is this what you think of Phoenix? A robot whose only purpose is to do your bidding?
He certainly defies expectations. He is more.
Perhaps the original Purifier robots will be too. If nothing else, think of their benefit to the war effort.
That is, if they choose to join us.
I believe in Phoenix. I am willing to take the risk.
Okay, one more set of people.
The Zerg pose quite a problem. Disrupting the stasis grid was never going to be easy. It certainly will be less so with Amon's brood attacking us.
We will hold them off long enough for your work, Karax.
The scientists sealed away Cybros with a device called the Megalith. It is the key to disabling the station's stasis lock. Once the grid is down, we have to act swiftly and bring Cybros online or flee orbit. The might of the brood below is too great.
Leave the defense to me.
I know this will work, Hierarch. I know I can guide the Purifiers through the darkness that lies ahead. Help them accept what they are. I can convince them that they will not be treated as servants again.
Then it appears as if you have found purpose, brother.
Since awakening, I have been confused, directionless, uncertain of what I am, how I came to be. Now, things are clear once more. Fate has laid out a purpose only I can accomplish. It is exhilarating.
Yes, you embark upon a task that even Phoenix could not achieve.
Yet he would attempt it if he could. I have learned much from Phoenix's memories, and through them, I have come to know myself. I am Phoenix, but not. I am my own entity, and I take pride in this.
Good for you, buddy. Alright, when we come back, we will start the Endian missions. Get the Purifiers on our side. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you then. Bye now.